Hello and welcome. Operation Market Garden is surely one of these major battles of the World War II that get a lot of games. Maybe not as much as Ardennes, Normandy or Stalingrad, but I think it would be quite next in line. And here I have another one about it. It was released at the beginning of the 2021. And it is a Market Garden released by the Polish company TIS. And this is fairly easy game with a battalion scale, but with quite less complexity of the rules, allowing you to play the entire operation quite quickly and easily. And it has four scenarios. One about the entire operation and three about each stage of this operation, and here I am going to play the first of them, called Eindhoven, about the first stage of the battle with British units of the 3rd Corps breaking through the pretty thin defense of the Germans and making their way to Eindhoven to meet with American 101 Airborne Division. And this is pretty quick scenario. It takes only 3 turns, so British player has to hurry, but it shouldn't be a big deal because Germans here are pretty weak. We have some units of the Walter Kampfgruppe, and E was for, let me check, so I won't be able, for Erdmann Kampfgruppe. So these units are not a big threat for us, so we should make to Eindhoven easily. The biggest problem might come from the east with some units of the German 107 Armored Brigade or some other units of the Erdmann Kampfgruppe, including some Stuks, but I don't think this should be a major threat for such a big force as British Armored Corps here, consisting Guards Armored Brigade and the units of the 3rd and 50 infantry divisions. There is much more units to come later, and only some of them are going to enter the game, because some of them are not, because they are for the full game only, and we are playing only just a single scenario, so we won't be able to use all the units that both sides would have. But still, I hope I will be able to show you how this game works. So let's go and check if we have any special scenario about this, special scenario rules about this system. Sorry, about this game. So first, we don't have to check for the supply for the American airborne units. Next, we have only ground attack air force. Let's check. We have Allied reinforcements card, and you can see that each day of these 3 days, because this scenario covers only first 3 days of the operation, we get 10 ground attack air force points that we can use, but we can use them only for the independent attack. In the other games of this system, we are allowed to use ground attack air forces to support our ground attacks, but in this game we can only use it for their independent attacks. Next, at the first day of battle, British artillery might perform a barrage. This is quite impressive, because barrage makes artillery much stronger, and it is just like as it was in the history, because at the beginning of the operation there was a barrage of about 350 British guns that literally pulverized the first line of German defense. And it is said that we are using only southern southern part of the board, because in this game board comes with 2 parts, north and south, and here we have only south board. Okay, that's all for the special scenario rules, and we can start the game. In this in this turn, at the 17th of September 1944, a British player gains no reinforcement, so we don't get any new units. Germans might have some, but this will be important during their movement phase, but nothing for now. So we can start the game with the turn 1, and the first phase is air phase. Now the British player is allowed to use his air force to attack Germans. One more thing about victory conditions, I forgot about to mention this before. Each player gains victory points for each hex marked with victory points marker. There are five hexes marked with 1 and 1 hex marked with 2. So allies have to capture all of them if possible, but if not, then maybe at last enough to gain a victory. So let's start with air phase, and I am going to make a number of my attacks. I have 10 points, and where I'm going to attack? Let me think. I think first here, and I will use 3 points. So I'm going to use air attack table with 3, so I need 2, 11 or 12. Ooh, that was close, but nothing. And then I have 7, so I will use the other 7, my last remaining 7 here. I will have -1 because of the town here, so it will be 6. And 7 in the 6-8 is nothing. Okay, so that's all when it comes to the air attack. And next we have artillery phase. And like I said before, we can perform a barrage during this phase, only in this first day of the battle. And performing a barrage allows us to double the strength of our artillery firing. So let me check where I'm going to make it. My artillery is all grouped here, and this artillery unit has a various range. These ones have 7 hexes range, this one has 5, and there should be one more. Oh, this one has 8. So most of Germans are in my range, and I'm not going to use all my artillery to the barrage, because if you use them for the barrage, then you cannot move them and you cannot use them to support your attacks. So sometimes it might be a good idea to launch some barrages against the enemy and then use some of your artillery to perform your attacks. Alright, what I'm going to do is, this artillery has only 5 hexes range, so I'm not going to use it. This has 6. This has 6. So let me check if any German unit is in my range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, so they are in my range. I will use it. It is 3, so it will be 6. And I will use this as well. It is 4, so it will be 8. So I will have a total of 14 against these Germans, and they are in the woods, I believe. Let me check. This is forest and dunes. This is forest and dunes, and the forest with dunes comes with 1 and 2. So we have to reduce our artillery verse of 2. So we had 16, so it's 13, 16, and 1, 2, it's 6, 8. So it's 6, 8, and let's make a fire. 7, oh my, so it was a miss. And another barrage is going to be here. I will use this artillery only. It will be 8 against these Germans. Now another bad roll. 8 and 6, nothing. It's not starting well. Okay, another barrage with these two units. They both have 4, so if they will be doubled, they have 16. And I will fire against these Germans. It is 16 and -1 because of the town, so 13, 16, -1, 9, 12. 9. It is dot. This means that we have to perform a disorganization check for Germans. And this is German airborne unit and SS unit. And oh, they are very hard to disorganize. We have to roll 12 to disorganize them. We were close, but that's not enough, so they are fine. Okay, I think that's all when it comes to my barrage. I'm not going to make any more. I will keep some of my artillery to support my direct combat. So let's go to the Allied movement phase. I think I will zoom my camera a bit, so you will be able to see everything better. Okay, and let's start with this wing. First I will fortify these 2 battalions. It would be pointless to attack these Germans with them, because there is a river on the way, Germans in the woods, so I don't have enough strength points. I have 3, they have 2, so it would be useless. I might attack here, and maybe this will be more effective, we will see. And now I'm going to move my infantry. 1, and they are entering enemy zone control, so they have to stop. And now, this infantry unit, and this is a major road, and this is secondary road. And for the moving through the secondary road, we have to spend a half of movement point. So 1, 2, 3. Next, here. And there is something called strategic movement or reserve movement in this game that allows you to mark your unit with such a counter, and then such a unit is not moving during its movement phase, but after at the end of the combat phase, where all the battles are resolved, you can move this unit. So this might be quite handy, and I'm going to mark this 2nd Horse Cavalry Regiment to wait, and I will move my other units. They will move here, they will move here, they will move here, they will move here to clear the way. They will move here, they go here, and they go there. Hope it will be enough. I might also move my commander here, and now this British infantry. 1, 2, 3. As for river, sorry, not 1, 2, because this is a channel or river, then you have to spend 2 movement points. 3 and 4, still it is enough. 1, 2. No, this is a bridge. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and that's all for the movement here. And now let's check for the airborne units. First, we have to make rolls for all the airborne units that are starting the game adjacent to the enemy units. So here or there, Americans are close to the enemy anti-air guns, so we have to check if they will suffer any losses or not. First, here we have 3 American battalions, so I have to roll for all of them. If I will get 1 or 2, they have no losses. If 3 or 4 unit suffers 1 loss, 1 step loss, and 5 or 6 2-step losses, so it is eliminated. Okay, first for them, 1st battalion, no losses, good. 2nd battalion, 4, 1 step loss. And 3rd battalion, 4, 1 step loss. Okay. And now they are landing here. It is a half hex, but still we have to make a roll. It is 6, so they are eliminated. I would say that allies are not starting very well. Okay, this airborne unit will attack here. These guys will come here to attack best. Hope they will be best indeed. And they will attack Vegel. Okay, so that's all when it comes to the Allied movement phase. Yes, I think that's all. So we can go and check our combat. Let's start here. I have 3 against 2, so it's 1 to 1. And where do I have a combat table? Where did I put it? Oh yes, it's here. Okay, so it's 1 to 1. Let's make a roll, and it's 4. 4, it is B1 and the dot. So, defender has to retreat 1 hex because of B1, and we have to make a disorganization check for the attacker because of the dot. It is 7, so it's fine, because to disorganize British infantry we would need 11 or 12. So, British unit can pursue it, Germans on this hex, and that's all. Next here, I have 3, 6 and 9 against 2. 9 against 2 is 4 to 1, and then we have 5 to 1 because we have 3 units of the same division. So it's 3 to 1, and sorry, it was 4 to 1, and now it is 5 to 1 because of the same units of the same division, and now it is 4 to 1 because of the town, and 3 to 1 because of the river on their way. So it's 3 to 1, 8 in the 3 to 1 is B2. So defender has to retreat 2 hexes, and when you retreat at last 2 hexes, you have to make disorganization check for your units. They are fine, and then we can pursue it 1, 2. Okay. Next, here. I have 9 against 2. So it's 4 to 1. And these are polders. And you get -1 for attacking into the polders. So we have 9 against 2. So it's 4 to 1. We have 5 to 1 because of the 3 units of the same division. And 5 to 1 because we are in the range of our hit quarter. So it is 5 to 1, sorry, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1, and 5 to 1 because we are attacking into the polders. So 5 to 1 and 11. 11 in the 5 to 1 means -1 B2. So attacker suffers 1 step loss, and defender has to retreat 2 hexes. We have to make a disorganization check for this German Fallschirmjäger. They are fine, and British player might pursue it. Okay, next battle goes here. I have 4, 9 and 13 against 3. 13 against 3 is 4 to 1, 5 to 1 because of the same units of the one division, 6 to 1 because of the commander, and then 5 to 1 because of the woods, and 4 to 1 because of the dunes. So it's 4 to 1 and 6 B2. Germans are retreating 2 hexes, Let's make a disorganization check. They are fine, and British player might pursue it. And next battle goes here, 9, 14, 14, and I will give them support of this artillery. 14 plus 4. 14 plus 4 is 18. 18 against 2, it is 9 to 1, and 10 to 1 because of the hit quarter, so we don't have even to include units of the same division because we have already 10 to 1, which is maximum odds in this game. So 10 to 1, 9 to 1 because of the river, 8 to 1 because of the woods, and 7 to 1, 6 to 1 because of the hills. So it's 6 to 1 and 10. It is B2. 1, 2. They are fine. And 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alright. Yet another combat. 8 and 6. So it's 14. I will give them support of my artillery. I already used this, so I will use this. And I have 9 against plus 14, so it is 19. 19 against 2, it's 9 to 1. 10 to 1 because of the hit quarter, and 9 to 1 because of the town. So it's 9 to 1, 8. 8 in the 9 to 1 is B3. So Germans have to retreat 3 hexes, 1, 2, 3, and we have to make 2 rolls for their disorganization because it was 3. 1, they are fine, and 2, they are disorganized. Ha! Finally. So we have to mark them as disorganized, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the last battle. I will use my last artillery allowed. I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 15 against 2 is 7 to 1. 8 to 1 because of the 3 units of the same division. 6 to 1 because of the hit quarter, because of the fortification, and 5 to 1 because of the woods. 3 in the 5 to 1 is dot for the attacker, and B3 minus 1. So defender has to retreat 3 hexes, 1, 2, 3, and suffer 1 step loss, and has to make disorganization checks. 1, they are fine, and the other, they are fine. And now we have to make a disorganization check for the attacker. Brits are fine, they can pursue it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I will leave this battalion here. So that's all? No. Oh, I forgot about my airborne units. Okay, start here. We have 4 against 1, so it's 4 to 1, and 5 to 1 because of the 3 units of the same division, and 4 to 1 because of the town. So it's 4 to 1. And these guns have a white star. This works as anti-tank weapon, but we have no tank units, so we don't get modifier for this. So it was 4 to 1 and 5 to 1 and 4 to 1. So it's 4 to 1 and 3. A dot and B3 minus 1. So this unit cannot retreat because you can see it has a movement points of 0, so it is eliminated instantly. And allies are allowed to capture this victory point. Okay, that was easy. Next we have here 6 against 3, so it's 2 to 1, 3 to 1 because of the concentration of the division. So we have 3 to 1 and 2 to 1 because of the town. So it's 2 to 1. Let's make a roll. Oh my, it's 11. 11 in the 2 to 1 is -1, -1. So each side suffers 1 step loss. So I will eliminate this anti-tank gun. And now here, 4 against 1, it's 4 to 1. 3 to 1 because of the river. And 2 to 1 because of the town. So it's 2 to 1. It is 9. 9 in the 2 to 1 is -1 B1. So attacker suffers 1 step loss and defender has to retreat, and again these guns cannot retreat, so they are eliminated, and this victory point is captured by our airborne unit. Okay, that was pretty good. For allies, I think, yes. Well, I think this here we could do better, but well, we captured some of the victory points. And now we have a allied supply phase, so I have to check if all the allied units are in supply. I think so far they are all. Because we have a supply from here. Alright, no problems so far. And airborne units have a supply. All have a supply in this scenario for the till the end of the game, so we don't have to care about them. So that's all for allies. Let's go into the Germans. Let's check what they can do. One more thing I almost forgot about, this strategic movement, but well, this won't give me much, because I hoped to clear my way here, but I wasn't able to, so they can only move here, because you cannot enter enemy zones of control during the strategic movement, so I wouldn't be able to move here or there or anywhere like that. Alright, let's go with Germans. Start with this unit. It was forced to retreat, so it cannot fortify itself. And now it has to spend 1 movement point to leave enemy zone of control. And then 2, 3 to enter this hex. And 4 to go here. I will also move this battalion here. And this unit go here. They can occupy a vacant fortification in the same movement phase, but then if such a fortification remains unoccupied till the end of the movement phase, it is removed. This battalion will remain here, and now this disorganized unit, or 2 units. So, they spent 1 movement point to leave enemy zone of control. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's what they can do. This battalion moves here. This unit fortify itself. And they spent 1 movement point to leave enemy zone of control. And go here to defend in Eindhoven. They have to retreat. They were forced to retreat before, so they cannot fortify themselves. So 1, they move 1, 2, 3. They had to retreat, so they cannot fortify themselves. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Oh no, sorry. 1 for leaving enemy zone of control. 2, 3, and that's all. 1 for leaving enemy zone of control. 2, 3. Okay, so that's all for this part of the board. Next, here. We have a couple of units here, so we can make make a good use for them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we have this battalion coming as reinforcement. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can remove these fortifications. And now the best unit of the German forces in this part of the board, this 107 Armored Brigade. Let me check. They are on the secondary road, so they have to spend 1/3 movement point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, maybe they will be able to reach the Eindhoven. We will see. And now here. Now where can I put my camera? I think here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are fortifying themselves. They are fortifying themselves. You need to spend all your movement points to fortify your unit. 1, 2, maybe not. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go here. And I think that's all. Here we have destroyed units, and here we have reinforcements. You can already tell the difference between German reinforcements and Allied reinforcements. And I think that's all for Germans. I'm not going to attack anywhere. I don't have any chance, and I have any strength to do so. So I think I can call it a day for Germans and finish the turn, first day of the operation. Okay, we are ready to start with the turn 2. Allied player has 10 points of ground attack AO units he can use against Germans, and well, I will start here and I will use 5 of them. No, I will use 7. I will use 7 and -1 because of the hills, so it's 6. And now let's make a roll. It is 10. 10 with a 6. It is -1. So German units suffer 1 step loss. Okay, that was 7. So I was left with a third and with a 3. And I will use my other 3 to attack here. It will be -1 because of the woods, so it's 1. So it's 2. And it is 8, so it's nothing. Okay, so that's all for the air phase, and we are starting with the Allied movement phase, since we cannot perform artillery barrages now. We could only do it in the turn 1. As you can see, I already placed Allied reinforcements coming from the south part of the board, but let's start with moving with the units that are already on the board first. 1, 1, 1, 2, I will give them reserve movement again. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now my artillery. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and these two also here. So that was all for these units. Now here. I'm not going to make any more attacks here. All I want to do is to keep Germans out. So I will fortify these 2 battalions, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and this battalion 2. So they will protect this flank. And now my reinforcements. I have some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, and as for the polders, let me check. 4, 7, 3. So 5, 6, 7. So here, and now this infantry. 1, or maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's for the British units, and now for Americans. How can I place it? Oh, no, like that. There are counters everywhere, so it's hard to place it somewhere where there are no counters. Okay, so now I will move this battalion to take this victory point. I will leave 1 battalion here to protect this town, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They will attack here, and these units will fortify themselves. Sorry, they can't because they moved, but they can, and they can. So they all fortify themselves, guarding these bridges. So I think that's all when it comes to the Allied movement phase. We can go into the combat. Oh no, there is one more thing I should do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. They should enter here, so I will be able to attack with these 2 battalions. Okay, so let's go and carry on Allied attacks. I will start here. I have 9 against 2, so it's 4 to 1 and 5 to 1 because of the 3 units of the same brigade attacking together. So let's make a roll. It is 4. It is dot and B3. So 1, 2, 3. Now I have to make 2 disorganization checks for Germans. They are all fine. And now for the British infantry. Oh my! They are disorganized, so they cannot pursue it. Now here, 6 against 2, it is 3 to 1, and 2 to 1 because of the woods. So it's 2 to 1 and 4. It is B2 and the dot. So 1, 2, and disorganization check for Germans. Oh my! Yet another unit disorganized. And now for Allies. First for this. They are fine, so they can pursue it. And now for this. Oh, hell! That's a hell of disorganizations coming here. Next we go here. I have 9 against 2. So it's 4-1, 5-1 because of the same brigade, sorry, same division, and 4-1 because this is a town. So it's 4-1, 11. It is -1 and B1. So allies suffer 1 step loss, and the Germans have to retreat 1 hex. They are performing a pursuit. Now here, I have 8 against 2. It is 4-1, 5-1 because of the commander, and 6-1 because of the units of the same division, and 5-1 because of the woods. So it's 5-1 and 4. It is dot and B3. 1, 2, 3, and 2 disorganization checks. Good and good. And now the one for Brits. They are all right. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's for this battle. And let's go to the most important battle of this combat phase. An attack at Eindhoven. So we have 4, 9, 13, 20, 23, 23 plus 5, so it's 28, 32 and 35. I have 35 against 4. 35 against 4, it is 8-1. I have 9-1 because of the units of the same division, and then I have 8-1 because of the river, 7-1 because of the fortification, 6-1 because of the White Star against an armored unit, 5-1 because of the fortification in the city, and 3-1 because of the city. So it's 3-1. Now there was a lot of modifiers used here, and 3-1 and 4. Wow, good roll for allies. It is dot and B3. So Germans have to retreat 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we have to make a disorganization checks for them. 12, oh my, this is no good. And now for them, 9, they are fine. And now we have to make one check for, sorry, we have to do one more check here, because it was B3, so we have to do 2 checks. Alright, they are fine. And now we have to make a check for each of the allied stacks. 4 and 8, they are fine, so they can perform a pursuit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1. Okay, that's my pursuit. Now here I have 5, 10, and 14. All this artillery was used. So it's 14. I will use this artillery. So I have 18. 18 against 2. It is 9-1. And 10-1 because of the same division. And 9-1 because of the woods. So it's 9-1. And 4. A dot and B3. So 1, 2, and 3. And 2 disorganization checks for Germans. Oh, and the first one was unlucky already. And we have still to make a second one, and if already disorganized unit is disorganized again, then it is eliminated. Okay, they are fine. And now for each of the attacking stacks, 12. My. And here 4. They are fine. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or maybe let them stay here. Okay, and now here. 8 and 6. So it's 14. It is 14, 17, 21, 25. So we have 25 against 2. And they have the strength halved because of this organization, but since they have 1, we cannot lower this, so it's still 2. Still it is 10 to 1, and it is heal, so it's 8 to 1. 6 with 8 to 1 is B3, so 1, 2 and 3, and they have to do 2 disorganization checks. First one, they are fine, and the second, oh my, so they are disorganized. Oh no, wait, need to check, because these are there is SS and yes, for the SS and airborne units we need 12 to disorganize them. So they are not disorganized, they are fine. Okay, and allies may pursue it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. So that's all when it comes to the Allied phase, Allied combat phase, and now Allied supply phase. I think all Allied units are in supply without any problems. Oh no. I forgot about 2 things. First, this unit, it can move. 1, 2, and then airborne units. They are also fighting. Okay, so let's go. 1, 5 against 2. So it's 2 to 1. 3 to 1 because of the units of the same division. And now 2 to 1 because of the fortification. 1 to 1 because of the fortification in the town. And 1 to 2. 1 to 2 because of the basic odds. 3 to 1 because of the units of the same division. And now 2 to 1 because of the fortification. 1 to 1 because of the fortification in the town. And 1 to 2 because of the town. So it's 1 to 2 and it's 10. Now that's bad. A2 -1 -1. This means attacker has to retreat 2 hexes, suffer 1 step loss, and has to make a disorganization check. They are fine, and defender has to suffer 1 strength, 1 step loss. Now here I have 2, 4, 6 against 2. It's 3 to 1. 4 to 1 because of the units of the same division, 3 to 1 because of the river, 2 to 1 because of the fortification, 1 to 1 because of the fortification in the town, and 1 to 2 because of the town. So it's 1 to 2 again, and 7 in the 1 to 2 is A1. So attacker has to retreat 1 hex. And that's all when it comes to the Allied combat phase and all the Allied actions in this turn. Time for Germans to go, and let's start with this part of the board. This unit will remain here. These guys. 1 for leaving enemy zone of control, 2, 3 and 4. They are retreating. 1, 2, 3, 4. They 1, 2, 3. They 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now what can I do here? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and now this part of the board, I think I will fortify them here. They are kinda weak, so running attack here might be bad idea, but I think that from the other hand, one, two, three. If I will be able to push allies away from here, then they will have to take some of their units from the attack, and then their attack will be weakened a bit. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and now 1, 2, and what can I do with this brigade? It is pretty strong, but if I will move here, I will be probably quickly surrounded. so I will counterattack here. Alright, I think that's all for the German movement, and let's go to the German attacks. We have some. The first one goes here. I have 2, 6, and 9 against 5. It is 2 to 1, then 3 to 1 because of the 1 star, 4 to 1 because of the 2nd star, and 5 to 1 because I have 3 units of the same brigade. So it's 5 to 1, and then there is a heal, so it's 4 to 1 and 3 to 1. So the final odds are 3 to 1. Let's make a roll. Oh my god! A disaster. 12 in the 3 to 1, it is D -1 -1. So attacker is attacker suffers 1 step loss, and he's disorganized. Now, that was truly an epic fail. Now, where do I have any disorganization counters? Okay, here I have one. So they are disorganized, and now the defender suffers 1 step loss. Now, that was a horrible counter-attack. Let me check if they will do better. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 against 6. So it's 2 to 1, 3 to 1 because of the white star, 4 to 1 because of the 3 or more units of the same group. So I have 4 to 1. Then I have 3 to 1 because fortification, and 2 to 1 because of 2 to 1 and 1 to 1 because of the heal. So it's 1-1. And 9. It is A1. So attacker retreats 1 hex. Another disaster of the counter-attack. And finally the last German attack offensive attempt is here. I have 4 against 4, so it's 1-1, and -1 because of the woods. So it's 1-2. 7 in the 1-2, it is A1 again. So attacker retreats 1 hex. So German counterattacks were a bunch of failures. They achieved nothing. Okay, and now let's check for the German supply. Now these units, they still have a supply because of the road here coming to their supply bases. Oh, okay, we have the first unit which is out of supply. This is this German battalion, and I got to find out of supply marker for them with -1. It's not a big deal in this scenario because it takes only 3 turns, so there is a little chance for them to be eliminated because of lack of supply, but still it is something we have to remember about. Okay, I think that's all. Yes, and this concludes day 2 of the battle. Alright, time to start final 3rd day of this very short scenario. And I think allies are not doing quite bad, mostly because of this very bad luck German situation here, because the best unit of the entire German army on this board was disorganized, so allies can go on. And well, so far they haven't opened the way to the north, as you can see. Here we captured Eindhoven, and now we have a way here. So that's good. If we would play the entire campaign, then it would be quite easy now to ride to the Nijmegen. But so far we have to finish the battle here, and let's go on. Let's start with this part on board. Oh my, these 2 British units are disorganized, so we have to... normally I would reorganize them, but well, this is the last turn, so it would give me nothing. I will just do something like this with these 2 British battalions, and I will try to destroy this German unit. And now I have 2 motorized brigades and motorized units on the secondary road. Let me check. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the same unit, and they go with the same way. Okay, so that's here, and now 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's go into the middle. Now 1, 2, 1, 2. I will fortify them in zone. Now, Germans are concentrating here, so I would gladly take this city. I'm holding here a way with bridges secured. All I need to do is drive these Germans away, and this should be easy. And now I will leave this battalion to secure Eindhoven. These two battalions will go here. This brigade. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I will be able to destroy them. Alright, now my artillery. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Commander will go here. Next, let's go. Okay, these Germans tried to push me away, so I think I will have to do something about this. Let's give them a hell. Now, what about this? I think I will move them here, so I will have some use. Now, this artillery. 1, 2, 3, the same way, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's here, and now my reinforcements. Let's start with them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I will move my camera again. 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and them 1. Oh no, sorry. There's too many of them. I can't move them all together. So I will start with my tanks, and they are on the secondary road. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now my reconnaissance unit. Well, I don't have much use for them as for now. Well, I think I might. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Well, that's all. Oh, I forgot about one thing about British Allied air attacks. I have 10 points of ground attack force, so where I'm going to attack, I think I will attack these two battalions. Each of them is attacked with... Wait, this will be attacked with 6, and this will be attacked with 4. So first for 6, it is 10. They suffer 1 step loss, and they are attacked with 4. 11, so they also suffer 1 step loss. Okay, that's good. Sorry about that, I should do it before all my movement. And now let's go to the Allied attacks. 3, 6 against 2, so it's 3 to 1, 2 to 1 because of the woods. So it's 2 to 1. I get 4. 4 in the 2 to 1 is B2 and the dot. They cannot retreat because all the hexes of their possible retreat road are in enemy zone of control, so they have to suffer 2-step loss, so they are eliminated. But still there was a dot, so we have to do disorganization checks for allies. First for them, they are fine, and now for them they are fine as well. Next battle goes here. We have 9 against 2, so it's 4 to 1 and 3 to 1 because this is a town. So it was 7. It is B1. So they just have to retreat 1 hex. Okay. Now here 8 against 2. So it's 4 to 1, 5 to 1 because of the same 3 same units of the one brigade or division. So it's 4 to 1 and 3 to 1 because of the woods. 10 in the 3 to 1, it is -1, B1 -1. So attacker suffers 1-step loss and defender suffers 1-step loss as well, so they are eliminated and they have to retreat 1 hex. Next here, 9 and 8, so it is 19 against 2, it is 9 to 1, 10 to 1 because of the hit quarter, and 9 to 1 because the majority of the units attacks through the river. So it's 9 to 1 and 7. It is B3 -1. So 1, 2, 3, -1, and 2 disorganization checks. 9, they are fine, and 6, they are fine. So 1, 2, 3. The next attack goes here. I have 9. And I will use this artillery, so it is 3, so I have 12, and this artillery, so it's 5, so I will have 17, so it's 17 against 1, because they are disorganized, so they have the strength halved. Oh, so it's 10 to 1, and 9 to 1, 8 to 1 because of the hills, 7 in the 8 to 1, it is B3 -1. So they suffer 1-step loss, and they have to retreat 3 hexes. And I think they cannot. There are enemy zone of controls everywhere, so they are eliminated. And I am moving here. Next, these 2 battalions supported with this artillery, so they have 14 against 1, 2. I think I removed this victory hex. It should be here. Sorry for that. So I have 14 against 2. It's 7 to 1, 8 to 1 because of the hit quarter, 7 to 1 because of White Star, and 6 to 1, 5 to 1 because of the hills. So it's 5 to 1 and 7. It is B2. So they can retreat here and there and have to go through the disorganization check. They are fine. So my tanks are moving 1, 2 and 1, 2. Now these paratroopers 1, 2, 4, 6, 6 to 1, 7 to 1 because of the units of the same division, so it's 7 to 1, 6 to 1 because of the fortification, 5 to 1 because of the fortification in the town, and 4 to 1 because of the town. So it's 6 in the 4 to 1, it is B2. So they have to retreat 2 hexes, and they cannot. There is enemy zone of control here, and here as well. So they are eliminated. They would be able to retreat through their friendly unit, but they have to suffer one step loss too, and they had only one step already, so they would be eliminated as well. So it doesn't matter for now. So this victory hex is controlled by allies now. I think all of the victory hexes are now in the control of the allied units, I believe. I will check it soon, once I will finish my combat. So it is 9 plus 4 it is 13, plus 4 it is 17, and plus 4 it's 21. (21), 31, 35, and 35 plus 3 is 38. So I have 38 against 2, 3, and 5. So it's 38 against 5. It is 8 to 1, 9 to 1 because of the commander, and 10 to 1 because of the units of the same division. So we have 10 to 1, and now 9 to 1 because of the town, 8 to 1 because of the 1 star, 7 to 1 because of the 2 stars, and 6 to 1 because of the 3 units of the same brigade. So it's 6 to 1 for allies, and my god, it is 12. A worst roll possible. So all the allies have to suffer one step loss, and all their units are disorganized. My. This was extremely bad roll. And the Germans have to suffer one step loss. So one of their unit, oh, they both suffered already, so we have to weaken this Kampfgruppe. So all the units of this brigade are one step away, and the final battle goes here. We have 3 plus 8, it is 11, 15, 20, 23. We have 23 against 4, so it's 6 to 1, 5 to 1, 4 to 1 because of the hills, and 3 to 1 because of the woods. So it's 3 to 1. Again, 11. This time, 3 to 1, it is -1, -1. So each side suffers one step loss. Okay, that's all when it comes to the allies, and now we can go into the Germans. Oh, first thing first, I need to check supply. I think I have no problem with that. All the allied units are in supply. The problem is that a lot of them is disorganized. If I would play the entire campaign, I would be really in trouble, because if you want to reorganize your unit, it has to stay on its hex, do not move and do not combat for the one entire turn. So it's in the biggest games it is not a big deal, since you have more turns, but in the Market Garden, when each of your turn is valuable, then you don't want your units to stop. So it can be a really pain in the ass in this particular game. But well, that's war for you. Okay, so let's go to the Germans. Now, allies managed to make their way here. So I think I will have 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, maybe 3, 1, 2. Now they have a problem because they are surrounded. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. They will fortify themselves. They will have to retreat. 1, 2, 3. They will stay where they are and defend. And I will give them reinforcement. Okay, I have 2 more battalions coming here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 battalion coming from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's all. I don't have any German units to attack allies. No, I don't have. So I can finish this scenario. As you can see, it's pretty short, and I think it's quite good to learn the basics. And as for victory, well, allies are victorious. They managed to capture all the victory points, so it went not very bad. The major problem for allies are these disorganized units. You can see there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units or stacks with disorganization markers. So most of them would have to spend the entire turn without moving, so they would be reorganized in the next turn, or them, but they would not. So that would be a problem, but all in all, it would be a good start for the attack on the Nijmegen. But that would be a different scenario, or the entire campaign, if we would play the entire campaign, which is quite interesting, and I think it works better as a game, and it's not very long. So if you look for some quick and rather not very complicated game about Market Garden, this game is something that you might find interesting. So, thank you for watching, and see you again.